Um, so I just hit the record button just so that everyone knows. All right here. And again, welcome to all of you who are here taking part in our digital professional development Fridays. It's Friday, I can't talk. That's what happens after a long week. Really quickly, I'm Laura Ogando from the office, the Division of Instructional and Information Technology with the Office of Digital Literacy and Inclusion. And I'm joined by my colleagues. I'm gonna pass it over to Lisa to say a few quick hellos.
Hello, FACE, and the parent coordinators, family leadership coordinators, and all of you who are joining us today. We're so happy to have you all. I'm Lisa Nielsen, as Laura shared, and I'm the Senior Director of our office who's partnering very happily with FACE, and we love to see all of your faces every week, so thank you so much for being here. And I will hand it over to Christina.
Lisa, I see what you did there with the pun intended. And I don't have a cool little mic, but hi everybody. Nice to see everyone again. Happy Friday. I love these Fridays. Christina Basias, also from DIIT, EdTech Program Implementation Manager, supporting this lovely crew. And I'm going to pass it back to Laura.
Thank you. And then you guys, we have Latikwa Spivey. She's our awesome assistant. She's on the back end, dropping links and making sure that whatever questions, comments you raise, we will absolutely make sure it gets addressed. So that's our team from DIIT. But now I'm going to pass it over to Derry to give you some more about FACE.
Hi team, I'm so excited to have you guys today. Happy Friday. It looks like really quickly on my end, I'm having a little bit of difficulty with my computer, but hey, it's Friday and I'm excited because today we are talking about family empowerment, everything from resources to how we're going to celebrate next month. And right now, if we can talk a little bit about some FACE updates. So the slide before showed us that this month, it's all about those elections, right, guys? So we're doing elections. And this is the first time in history that we transferred all of our parent elections on a virtual platform. So kudos to each and every one of you guys. I know that this has been tough, but we're doing it. I have a cheerleader and I'm cheering you on. We're cheering you on because we know that we cannot do this work without you. And we're literally just kind of change. We just changed the format. And we know that our families are our biggest allies. So thank you so much for doing these PAs and PTAs elections. I know that you guys can't see me, but let's see if I can fix my screen really quickly. But I want to introduce my my colleagues that are on the line to field any questions. Chanel, do you want to give a quick shout out? We have Chanel on the line.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Chanel. I'm the intake coordinator for FACE, and you can also send me an email if you need any support, additional support with anything in the Department of Education. My email I will also put in the chat. Happy Friday, everyone.
All right, so let's just go to the next slide, which I am excited because we are going to celebrate nationally. It's National Family Engagement Month, where schools across the cities are celebrating family engagement. But here in New York, we're going to celebrate family empowerment. And this is our official hashtag. So please feel free to write it down. And we're going to send a lot of information in the next couple of weeks on how you guys can use some of our toolkits. But with that, I just want to put on the chat, what do you think family empowerment means? Like, what is family empowerment in your school and district communities? So let's see some chats. I love it. Giving parents a voice. Involving the families in our community events. Love that. What else do we have? Thank you so much, Melissa. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning. So we're all talking about family empowerment. So what is family empowerment? Developing parents as leaders. Lori, thank you for that one. Being able to use resources and advocate for their families. Let's do two more. Empowering a family to becoming their best. Oh, I think my screen is finally working. Friday!
Woo!
I love it. I love it. Supporting them with resources during these. Oh my gosh, giving them a voice. I love it. Making them part of our process. Yes. And as you guys keep thinking about family empowerment and what it means, I want you, like, as we're transitioning into November, is also when we're celebrating a new season of holidays, and we want to do next month. Next slide is really showcase the work that we do at the DOE. We want to make sure that parents know that although we're physically not in the building um, to provide engagement, we're still here and we're going to continue empowering our families. We want to continue giving them the voices that they need. And so, what is family empowerment? During this challenging times, us as DOE, we want to honor parents and families because we know that we know they played a key role in their children's education. We also want to make sure that we bring awareness, and this campaign is all about awareness. How do we provide platforms like PAPTAs, like parents are our partners, and we provide voices, right? So one, we want to foster that communication. We want to also encourage parent involvement because we know that every parent wants to be involved. It just looks a little bit differently. So also, how do we create that welcoming environment, especially around this time? We want to showcase that in a digital platform, we can still engage and we can still have learning opportunities that serves our community as well as providing that culture where we're being culturally responsive to our community. And also we want to build trust. We want to also ensure that parents understand how to support learning at home. We want to collaborate. We want to bridge, like, what are some communities that are actually right now providing some amazing virtual opportunities. And we want to continue having parents be a part of our decision making. So this is where we're at right now with the PAPTA elections. Once we know that we're not going to have all the elections done on the 30th, but we will have some guidance to continue to ensure that all of our schools have functional PAs and PTAs. Next slide. So in our next slide, we have 4 buckets. And the buckets for next month it's a tier. It's 4 tiers. And this is how I want you guys to think about how we can take action to ensure that all families understand how to participate with our Family Empowerment Month. Number 1, our first bucket is learning days. So we have exciting workshops online next month that parents can actually participate. We're going to kick it off with Learning Heroes, where Learning Heroes is going to have an opportunity. Learning Heroes will provide an opportunities for our families to how to have successful family conferences, parent-teacher conferences online. So it's best practices on how to have an effective parent-teacher conference. So that's our first learning day. I will add to the chat when exactly are the dates, but we have two opportunities, one in English and one in Spanish. The one that is all English, we will have interpreters so that we can invite all of our families. What we need from you all is that if you want to invite 5 or 10 parents, or hey, invite your whole school community, we will provide you with the link and just show our parents, like you can provide a watch party where you can uh, just have our parents connect and watch the workshop together as a school community, or you can just provide the workshop link so your parents can go on and participate with the workshop. The workshop is from 9 o'clock to 10:30, and it's on November the 3rd. It's on election day. So not only are we providing um, a learning day, but it's an opportunity to also say, don't forget to vote. So please, 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 and I'll send you guys the flyer. It is going to be a part of the end of the week wrap up, where you can share that information to our families. So I'm going to leave that because there is other opportunity, other learning days, but I want everyone to know that on November 3rd, we're going to kick off our learning day with some of us are the DOE with Adrian as providing the welcoming remarks, which is our deputy chancellor, and then we're going to have learning heroes that's going to provide opportunities for parents to understand how to do to build that relationship with teachers and school staff. The next day we will have a Spanish workshop. It's all in Spanish with learning heroes again, and that's in the evening. It's from 6 to 7 o'clock. All right, so our learning day. So in the calendar, when you see the calendar, you see a red, that's a live learning day. We are going to be live providing a parent talk to help parents to understand how to help the child, how to help their child with their learning. Our blue days is all about building relationships. So if you see blue on the calendar, it's an opportunity for parents to build a relationship and us as DOE staff to build relationship with our families. So when you see blue in the calendar, and you don't see the calendar right now because it's currently, we're updating it and we're making it fun and exciting. And better yet, we're gonna give you the calendar so that you guys can add your information, your parent engagement activity. So it's yours to keep and to tailor with our logo, with our official logo for Parent Empowerment Month, Family Empowerment next month. So building relationship. I'm gonna take a quick pause. Who else can parents build relationship in the school? Who else can they build relationships? This is a tricky question. In the chat, name a few folks that parents can build relationships with. Teachers. Okay, who else? Admin. Okay. Oh, I love it. It's coming. Guidance counselors, school secretaries, school nurse, school aides, other parents. I love it. I love it. Anybody else? CBOs, social workers, parent coordinators. Yes. Okay, so you guys get it. So what I would love to do is I want you guys thinking about the 4 buckets next month is how about if we host a parent, I call it half coffee with the parent coordinator, or virtual coffee with the parent coordinators. We cannot forget about our FLCs and FSCs. That's right. We have to also build relationships. Parents can build relationships with our FLCs and FSCs. So what we would love for you guys to do is host a virtual coffee with your parents, with your families. If you're doing that, I'm going to drop it in the chat. A Google form where you can fill out how you are participating with our Family Empowerment Month, whether you're providing a learning day or you're building a relationship. And let's talk about 2 more buckets. So take action. Take action. When we think about taking action, what does that mean? What are some things that families can take action at home? Drop it in the chat. I want some ideas. What can parents do at home to take action in their children's education? from the school level to at home or from a citywide level. What can parents do to take action? Be informed. Yes. Making sure they're ready to learn. Ooh, communicate with teachers. That's a take action. Okay. Being a learning partner to a child. Love it. College and career. Love it. Ask questions. What else? One more. Join the PAPTA. Yes. So those are things that parents can advocacy, parent rights, and navigating the DOE system. That's take action. Meet with the guidance counselor. I know my sister will love this one. She's a guidance counselor. So, share knowledge. Be active with the PTA. Awesome. So, these are all great take action. So probably, hey, let's come up with some things in our school that we can remind our parents to take action. One thing that we can remind our parents to do and we're gonna do this as a city. We're gonna do this as a city. We want parents to take action to sign up for the New York City school account. Let's take action. So the first week on a Friday, we're going to ask all the parents, all the families, the guardians, everyone to take action and set up a New York City school account. Okay, it's probably gonna, if we can all, like from the school, provide your videos. Guys, I've been watching. Some of you are just so creative that are putting together videos to show our parents how to sign up for New York City school accounts. So kudos to you because you guys are so creative. So I want you to post it on your on your website, your social media accounts, the Take Action Day, which is the first Friday of the month, and we will have that calendar for you to help our parents to take action to sign up for a New York City school account. Also, another way to take action is that update your school information. We want to be able to locate our families. So another thing that we can do at Take Action Day is help our parents to update their information. And all the things that you guys mentioned, because in your calendar, mark it in green, take action, and help your families to take action for something that you guys want your families to do in your school community. Okay, our last bucket, community engagement. I love it because I'm all about how do we leverage our community to increase our resources. Raise your hands if you like free resources. If you're all about finding that free resource. I'm all about, I actually go online. Actually, can somebody unmute themselves and tell me what do you like about finding free resources? I think Lisa can help me with this one because I saw her face lighting up. Lisa, tell me about finding free resources.
Yeah, I love just bringing out the best in our different partners, such as Common Sense and Microsoft and Google and on. Because if they give us free resources, it helps the whole city and all of our students and all of our families and all of our children. So I will put a shout out to Common Sense free resources. Thank you, Tali. Woo!
I totally agree. And in your chat, tell me about some partners that offer free resources. What are some community partners that are offering free resources? I love the fact that we have Common Sense Education that offers free resources in a time that they're saying, well, we can't offer professional developments because we don't have any money. What? No, we actually can. And I'm not saying we as the DOE, I'm saying the city, we got no money, right? We don't got no money, but we got partners. We have partners that are offering free resources across New York City, from cultural institutions to just amazing community-based organizations. So thank you for our free resources. I see here, oh, okay, we have the Brooklyn Public Library that's offering resources. We have also I love it that someone mentioned that we can offer like our partners to come in and speak at our PAPTAs to offer those free resources. So in purple, we want you to showcase your community partners to highlight community engagement, because we know we can't do this work without our community partners. So in your plan for next month is not for us to do extra work. We just want to highlight how we support and how we empower our families through our communities, through our partnerships with our families. Remember, our parents are our co-teachers and our co-partners. And we want to utilize their skills. We want to utilize their knowledge. We want them to know that we are in this together. And if they need our support, we have resources, we have learning opportunities. And I want to go to the next slide, which I want to just spotlight two resources that are free, that it's in that red bucket, the learning opportunities. I won't go into our common sense education partners because Tali is here and she's going to talk all about free resources and how our parents can take advantage of common sense education. If you guys heard of Inside Schools, Inside School now offers Inside School Plus. And Inside School Plus has it where you can actually take a course online. So if there's a parent and it's from I believe from early childhood all the way to post-secondary. So if there's a parent who's looking to understand how to support the child when it comes to special needs, there's a course from Engage NYC that they're promoting. And literally, you all can host a learning day by just going on the Inside Schools and hosting, just providing that opportunity where parents can go in and just showing them exactly all the courses that are offered. And I love Inside School because parents can actually have conversations with each other and learn, excuse me, and learn from each other. So this is a great, great website. The DOE has partnered with NYC schools, and we're kicking off our Parent University. Parent University is our website developed by our colleagues at DIIT that is an opportunity for parents to go in and learn about different content supported and delivered by our colleagues from different offices. So check. I don't have the link from Parent University, but I will send it in our end of the week wrap up email. If Chanel is on the line, if you guys go into a PAPTA link, is also located. Parent University is located on that website. So again, it's PAPTA link. And then again, I apologize. I will put it in the chat. And that is it. So that's all about Parent Empowerment Month. Please look out for our resources and our social media template so you can hashtag and you can have it where you're hashtagging it on your website. Because I remember actually, we had 3 sessions that helped us to understand how do we post on our social media platforms and how do we share our stories. So next month, share your story, share how you empower families. Let's do this. This is all about us next month. We are empowerment liaisons and we are the experts how we provide learning opportunities, we're building partnerships, and we're bridging resources to our families. So thank you so much. And I'm so excited to see what you guys have in store for next month. And also remember to help parents to build that relationships with our teachers because they need to know that together we will get our students to um, empower our students to succeed this year. Without further ado, I'm going to stop because it's time to learn about some free resources from Common Sense Education. So I'm really, really excited to introduce Tali, who has been an amazing partner to us and always is offering resources for our families, for our teachers, for us as family liaisons. So without further ado, in the chat, just say, yay, Tali! Let's clap it up. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Tali.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Derry. I always feel super pumped up after your presentation. So thank you. I love the energy and I love all the participation. Can everybody see my screen okay? Okay. So I'm just going to put it into presentation mode. Thanks so much. And as I know I've been sharing each week, but Common Sense is a nonprofit organization. This is completely relevant to everything Derry just shared, in that everything I show you today will be completely free. And really the goal, going back to those buckets, is that I'm going to provide you resources that you can use to lead family workshops. I know everybody shares differently. Resources you can post on your website or share via email or social media, anything to really engage with your families. I'm going to talk about each of these buckets a little bit later, but just to give you an overview, Common Sense is known for doing three main things. We rate, educate, and advocate. And before I go into the first part, since it's Digital Citizenship Week, and I shared this last week too, but Common Sense does have a free K through 12th grade digital citizenship curriculum designed to really help kids think critically and behave safely and ethically as creators and consumers online. So I'm going to try to make this as interactive as possible. Just a reminder, please feel free to share questions in the chat or in that questions doc, which we can keep going back to. And I want to start us off by asking, what questions are families asking you about media and technology? Separate from hardware or connectivity issues, because I know that's a big one. And I should share, I'm a former classroom teacher, and I'm a current parent at the DOE. Shout out to Mrs. Shimana, who's my parent coordinator, and to Miss Pamela, who's my kids' parent coordinator, and fantastic. So I've definitely reached out about hardware and connectivity issues, but what are you hearing from families about overall their issues around media and technology? And I'm gonna ask you to share at menti.com. And I'm also using this resource to give you an idea of tools that you can use for interactivity during your virtual workshops. So of course, there's always the chat. If you have larger groups, it's sometimes nice to use a Menti. It's completely free and it doesn't collect any data. And you're gonna see, it's gonna open up a word cloud so I can see your responses. So you're gonna go to menti.com and you're just gonna type in that code, and then you should be able to respond. So I'm gonna click on the results here. And let's see, I'm going to give folks a minute to start putting in questions. What questions are families asking you? Okay, they want training, they want information about Google Classroom. Yep, safety. Excellent. I'm going to give us another minute right now. I'm also seeing that people are writing in the chat too, which is great. In general, don't know how to use media, how to generally use the technology and the links. And just for you to see too, the way Menti works is because it's that word cloud, when a lot of people are saying the same thing, it'll get bigger. So how they can see, I'm guessing their child's learning. Yeah, how to focus on student work. Okay, excellent. Gonna give us about 10 more seconds. Language, if you can share in the chat, is that access to different languages? Oh, using TeachHub. All right. And then also for those who typed in confusion, if you can add a little bit more about confusion about what, is it just kind of general media and technology? That would be my guess. Okay, good. I'm just, as we're talking too, I'm gonna look at the chat real quick as well. Okay, great. So I'm gonna move us away. You can keep adding here and we can go back to this. And now I'm gonna jump into some resources that are hopefully gonna address a lot of these issues. Okay, so these are family engagement. Big picture, and this is kind of a messy slide, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what we do. So we've got ratings and reviews and top picks for all different types of media. We also offer extensive guidance and advice on different media aspects. And then we have resources for family engagement, how to host a workshop, how to share information, how to engage with parents, around our digital citizenship program. And I'm going to interchange using the term parent and family, but just to be clear, whenever I say parent, of course, that's an umbrella term for any caregiver in a child's life. And especially these days, I'm working a lot with actually grandparents and aunts and uncles who are doing a lot of the caretaking as well. So here's some of the questions that I know I get is, how can I find high quality media? How can I help families learn more about the apps, the tools, everything that their kids are using? And that came up in that Menti as well. So I'm going to show you how we do that right now. So I'm going to actually exit the presentation for a minute. And if you can follow along with me and open a new tab, and you can go ahead and type in commonsensemedia.org. And once you're in there, I'm just going to direct you over here to this left-hand side where it says movies and TVs. I'm going to talk to you about how I always use it. And I love going to our best of list because I think, you know, given the pandemic, kids are at home more than ever, you know, families are at home more than ever, and we're using a lot of entertainment media too. And if we're using that, we want to make it as high quality as possible. And so I love looking at these best of lists. So I'm just going to click on best TV lists. And then you'll see on this left-hand side that you've got best apps, best games, best websites, best for character development, all these different lists that you can share with your families, and you can filter it by age level. So I'm going to click on big kids just to give you an idea. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I love looking at TV shows about racism and social justice. I'm going to click on that. And I just want to show you how we rate and review. So I think we all know Sesame Street. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. We Are the Radical Monarchs. I'm going to click on that. I have not heard about this documentary. It looks like it's pretty new. Parents can also write in their own reviews and ratings, as can kids. So Common Sense, it says it's 9+. We've given it 4 out of 5. And then here's all the different criteria we look at. So messages, role models and representation, violence, sex, language, consumerism, drinking, drugs, and smoking. And then there's more information here to read about it. And then you can always click and see more about a specific area. So what I'd love for you to do right now is take a moment and look up either something from our best of list, or you can go ahead and type into the search bar a new title that your kid or a child in your life or something that you love to get an idea. I'm going to actually use, I know a lot of people are excited about the Witches that's coming out. So I'm going to type in the Witches real quick and see what comes up there. So take a moment and you can share in the chat what title you're looking up and if you agree or disagree with the rating. And I'm going to pause there. And I'm going to keep this one up in the background. Okay. And you're also watching me maneuver the chat a little bit too. Oh, great. Thanks for sharing those lists, Laura.
No problem. I will say for folks who are just getting a taste of this, this tool right here is gold because you can literally look up, I think, pretty much anything. So I know Tally's sharing the new Witches movie, which I'm actually really excited for. But, you know, you can look up apps, you can look up games, movies, websites even. And I think that for so many of our families, you know, we saw what the mentee said, and we know that this is a concern. Many of our families don't know. They're like, this isn't my world. I don't know what game my kid is playing. I don't know that new app. I don't know if it's safe. And so the beauty of having this tool is that parents can look it up. And, you know, the really, I mean, Borat, you'll see, you can see what kids say. I mean, that's the funny part. And I actually have used this with kids in the classroom to show like, look, kids are saying 10, but like Common Sense is saying 16, 17, you know, and having a discussion around like why there's a discrepancy. So I personally love this tool so much.
Absolutely. And I really appreciate the person sharing in the chat that they don't agree with this review from Common Sense. That's great, because again, to Laura's point, it's about sparking conversation, and also, you know, your own values, you know, your own interests and likes, and this is more about providing you information so that you know what's coming up, almost like the nutritional content on the back of a cereal box. For me personally, as an adult, separate as a parent, I really don't like violence. So I look up movies before I see it, and I look at exactly what the violence looks like, so I know whether or not I can handle it. I'm gonna take a break right now from looking at the ratings and reviews, because I also want to focus on that parent advice that I mentioned, and specifically because Google Classroom came up quite a bit on our Menti. So I'm back on that home screen. I'm looking at the top here, and I'm going to Parents Need to Know. And when I go to Parents Need to Know, it's going to pop up all of our different areas. As soon as this pops up, here we go. So you can always look up these different topics. The place I love to go is our Parents Ultimate Guide. So you can see we've got these ultimate guides on all these different areas. I'm going to click on Google Classroom. And there is a short video here. You can see it's under 1.5 minutes. I'm not going to play it right now, but this is a great thing that you can share in a workshop, or you can push out to your families in different ways. And then there's a lot more resources here. So you've got the breakdown. If you click on any of these, it'll give you more information. Here we go, all this information here. And I also want to show you at the top where it says Ver en Español. So we do have original content in Spanish. I'm scrolling back to the top. We have Common Sense Latino. And then we also have all of our videos and articles are translated as well. So you can do that. We don't have it in other languages for this particular area. I'm going to show you what we do have in other languages. I will say, and Laura, you can remind me, I think we may have done a PD on the Google Chrome. What's that term? When you add it to the computer? I'm forgetting that term.
Extensions?
Extension, thank you, where you can translate to. So that's something that I think is helpful to share with families. So I'm going to pause here. I hope you're sharing any questions you have either in that questions template over here that we have, or any questions, you can put it directly in the chat right now. And I'm gonna move us away from this activity. I want to show you something else now. So I want to talk a little bit about our family resources related to our family engagement toolkit. This is something that Derry had highlighted too. So let me go over here. And I actually, let me show you how to get to this. I think I linked to everything directly. Here we go. I'm gonna click on that. And this actually lives under Common Sense Education. So before we were in Common Sense Media, now we're in Common Sense Education for educators. This is where our K through 12th grade digital citizenship curriculum lives. And then this is our family engagement resources right now. That's really designed because Common Sense believes in taking a whole community approach. We really want to make sure educators and families are on the same page, communicating with each other to help the young people in our lives. So I'm going to show you right now, I'm clicking on Engaging Families in Digital Citizenship Implementation Guide. And I'm not going to go over everything in this guide. I'm going to focus specifically on the family workshops right now. I'm just going to show you the what is here. So we have what we call a 3-phased approach. We do offer a family engagement survey that you could share in both English and Spanish to get a feel for your family's questions and needs. So I can let you look at that on your own. But where I want to focus right now is on implementing this family engagement piece. So there's a few different things that you can do. So I'm going to click on a few of these to show you. So the first one is the Common Sense Family Media Agreement. This is one of my favorite resources. And again, this is something you could share with your families in a workshop. You could talk through how you use this and what changes families might make. This is really designed for everybody to think about how they're using media and technology. So you've got some basics at the top around taking care of the device, talking to families about it. You've got an area here focused on safety. I know that came up in the Menti as a concern. As a side note, the curriculum that students receive also has a lot of lessons around safety. So this complements that. And then thinking about how we're interacting online. How are we building a positive online community? So you've got these clear things. I'm not going to bully, humiliate, upset anyone. And this is an opportunity for families to really talk about what does that actually mean, and giving their kids examples and kids sharing examples themselves. And then this is one of my favorite places, is thinking about that balance piece. So how do I make sure this doesn't take over my life? Even though I may be learning full time, on the screen, and I'm connecting with family and friends, and I'm, playing video games or, watching TV, how do I still make sure I've got some device free times and I'm making sure to give time to the people in my life face to face too. And so I really love this piece. And then of course, underscoring everything is always that communication, talking, talking, talking. And I like this too, because the idea here is that this could live on a wall in your house. You could bring it up often. It's not like one and done, but it's a vibrant document. As a side note, I know some families have used this as a way to introduce new apps. So for example, a colleague was sharing that her 12-year-old daughter really wanted to get Instagram. They were having a conversation about it because technically you're not allowed to until you're 13. Her daughter was spelling out all the reasons why she should get it. So they decided to add it to the family media agreement, and they came up with some shared rules about using Instagram, how often during the day she can, what types of things she's allowed to post and not post. As a side note, some of you may be saying, this is all great. My families have no idea all the details about Instagram or about TikTok or even about YouTube. That's where I'm going to direct you back to those parents' ultimate guides and having that opportunity to look more deeply into any of these resources and learning more about them. And that's another great resource. And again, all of these could be mini workshops and conversations. And what I appreciate is that none of us has to be the expert. It's about coming together and talking about these, because a lot of your families will have a lot of ideas and expertise, and it's about getting us together to discuss it. So I'm going to go back for a minute I'm going to move away. And as a side note, again, everything I'm sharing is available in both English and Spanish. So I'm going to click the back button here. I'm going to take us back to that family implementation guide. And I want to share another resource. Okay, so this is one of my favorites, is the Education Family Tips. And this is available in multiple languages. So these tips were designed to support the common sense curriculum. So kids are getting lessons about privacy and their digital footprints. We've got a corresponding family tip sheet. Kids are getting lessons about cyberbullying, digital drama. We have a corresponding family tip sheet. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. And just so you can see, we have it in all of these languages, a total of 12 languages. So if I even click on the more languages, it's going to open it up for me. And then I can start scrolling through and I can download it and share it directly with my families. And all of this, I think these are being posted in the chat, the direct links. These are all linked directly on the presentation too, that you will have access to. And the last thing on this page I want to show you is also these family activities. So these again correspond with the lessons, but you can also do them as standalone. And they're designed for families really to have conversations around digital behaviors. These are available in English and Spanish. So I just want to give an idea. We were talking about relationships and communication before, so I'm going to click this open. It's going to be really tiny. I can put it in presenter mode. With everything, you can make a copy. And so you can also see it's designed to easily integrate into Google Classroom. So I'll put it in presenter mode to give you an idea of what this looks like. I'm going to be pausing very shortly to give you a chance to talk with each other. So I'm just going to highlight all of these and then you'll have a chance to talk. I'm going to show you one more area before we go into breakout groups. So I'm going to click that back button again. So we go back to that implementation guide. And I want to go to hosting an in-person workshop, panel, or slide presentation. I'm going to focus on the workshops. These are relatively new. I really love these workshops. They're designed more for middle and high school, but I've also seen them used in upper elementary school, given the topics. And the whole idea here is that, as the parent coordinator, and I would recommend doing this with maybe an administrator or a teacher or the guidance counselor, you're all getting together and having conversations around how to navigate these situations. So I'm gonna click on the dealing with digital drama one, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So you can see it outlines what the workshop will cover. So it's really about helping our tweens and teens take a break, take a breath before responding to online drama. This also corresponds to our lessons where we really work on these thinking routines and dispositions of saying stop and pause, think about your options, consider other people's perspectives, all about developing empathy, actions, and so forth. And then you do an activity as well. So here's all the resources, the facilitator's guide, there's slides that are scripted, a participant handout, and take-home resources. So I'm gonna pause right now because I just gave you a lot of information. And what I would love, I'm gonna go back to the presentation. I'm gonna jump ahead. If you do have any of these slides open, you'll see I've directly linked to all of them. And I want us here to take, oh, Tech Balance. I'm so glad I did have this. Sorry, before you break out, Tech Balance is one of my favorite resources. And I'm actually gonna encourage you all to sign up for this right now if you haven't already. So Tech Balance is a free program that Common Sense offers, like everything else, where you get text messages sent to your phone in English or Spanish about different tech tips. So I'm going to show you what this looks like, but here on the screen in front of you is what you have to do. You just go to this number, 21555, and you text kids or you text familia, depending on what language. And then you'll start getting these tips. And the tips include things like, are you looking for TV shows for entertainment purposes or educational purposes? Are you looking for resources to talk to your kids about the recent, about the ongoing election process? Are you looking for resources for yourself so that you're making sure you're getting in self-care? So it's really great. It's designed for parents of elementary school kids, but I will tell you right now, from colleagues and parents in middle school and even high school, they find it helpful because the tips are relevant. And there's also a lot of reminders for us as parents and caregivers. Okay, so I'm gonna pause right here now. And now we're gonna go into breakout sessions. So Laura's gonna set us up. I'm gonna have you be in breakout sessions. I think, Laura, that we can have a lot of breakout sessions. We can put people in rooms of 4. Does that work?
Totally.
Great. So you're gonna be in a breakout session in a room of 4. And what I'd like you to discuss is how can you use the resources we just reviewed? Here's a reminder of what I just went over. And talk with each other about kind of what ideas you have, maybe what's worked, what you're excited about. So really, this is the time for you to brainstorm with each other. I know we don't always get time together to talk. So I think you should be getting a little notice. And then when you've got about a minute left, a notice will come up at the top of your screen saying you have 1 more minute left. And then you'll be asked to come back to the main room. And I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. You'll be in groups of 4. So please make sure you take turns. And I think that's it in terms of directions. I'm going to stop sharing because I think that's how I get to go into a breakout. I'm joining. Okay, great.
So folks, if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and join that breakout room that you got invited to. You will get a notice calling you back to the main room when we're all ready to reconvene. So go ahead, join that breakout room. We will call you back when it's time for everyone to share.
Hello, I'm in breakout room 1 with only 1 other person. We're just wondering if other people are joining.
Let's see here. So it looks like there's still a lot of folks here in this main room. So folks who are in the main room, please go to your breakout room. I'm looking at breakout room 1 and it looks like folks have not joined.
Yeah, it was just, she just came off. It's the letter C. Claudia was in there with me and I'm going back.
Okay. All right. Everyone head into their breakout rooms. Hopefully that will get everyone there and you can start discussing with your group. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you were able to chat in your breakout rooms.
Yes, that was great.
And I'm gonna take us back for a minute. We're gonna have another chance. Oh, that's my stopwatch. Sorry, everyone. We're gonna have another chance for breakout sessions. Thanks for the conversation. And I also just have to say for my group, Mary, I'm sorry you got cut off. I was just gonna say that the part that's coming up next will hopefully be really helpful with your families. So actually, as we're transitioning, and you can feel free in the chat to share what came up in the conversation. I think that'll actually be really helpful for our team, especially Derry and Chanel, as we're thinking about how to best support you in terms of what your plans are. So what came up in my group was that, you know, there's a lot of overall general, you know, issues and problems with dealing with the internet and with school, and that you do have a lot of grandparents and other families that are helping out. And so that's what I'm hoping to share next. So you see in front of you, I've got Wide Open School. I'm gonna go to that site in a moment, but I just wanna give you, there's a lot of extra slides here, but just so you know, this was designed in response to school building closures as a place for high quality supplemental learning content to be posted. There's over 85 partners. So that's everyone from PBS to Sesame to Nat Geo to Facing History and Ourselves. There's so many. And really it's designed to give all of these extra resources. Again, this is a slide that you can look at later for sharing with your hopefully your administration and your teachers too. So I'm gonna actually move away for a minute from the presentation and I'm gonna open up the link. So there's actually 2 links you could go to. We do have a formal partnership with the DOE to provide resources. So I'm gonna use that one, nycschools.wideopenschool.org. I will tell you, you can also just go to wideopenschool.org. Both will take you to the same place. And then here we go. Although at some point, hopefully at the NYC schools, there might be a little bit of different content. So once we're here, there's a few different ways to use this. So I want to start by showing you the Family and Teacher Center. And we intentionally put these together because there's such a blending of the home and school right now. But I'm going to go ahead and click on resources for families because that's what we're focusing on. And I want to show you all these different areas because one of the questions that came up too in the Menti was around learning and motivation. So you can click on any of these and get more information. So learning and motivation, there's different tools for that. They have Tech Balance is a great way. Actually, we offer tools around motivation, and then you've got tools to help kids stay focused. So all of these, once you click on it, it'll take you to whichever partner organization has created that content. Sometimes it's Common Sense. A lot of times it's somebody else. So that's what that means. You can also share these resources where it says send. You can share it directly to Google Classroom. You can copy the link. If you're on your phone, you can share it by text too. And then the other area I wanted to highlight is this offline area as well. I love that there's a lot of offline resources. They're both truly offline and then also resources that don't require Wi-Fi because that's such a big issue too. Oh, and sorry, here's that other article. So I'm going to show you. So this is one area you can go to. I also want to click on the social and emotional well-being. So this is both around helping your kids, but also helping families themselves. This is an incredibly stressful time. I don't have to tell all of you, you know, whether it's worried about health, work, finances, everything. So we've got a lot of resources to help adults too. 6 ways to support kids' mental health. There's also stuff for adults, parenting. So I'm going to move away from this. You're going to have a chance to explore in a moment. And I'm now going to click on student activities. So this is where I usually go. And I'm going to show you 2 areas. One is all these different buckets. So if I feel like, you know what, I'll give you an example. My daughters had library and last minute the Zoom wasn't working, so they missed their story time. So I quickly went to Wide Open School. I clicked on reading and writing. I put in their grade level at the top, their littles. And I found it, so I can do article or ebook, or I found a video. Sorry, I clicked on video and I found an interactive read aloud. I love this one. Where do you come from? So I just clicked on it and then they were able to watch the video. They got a story read to them. Great. So that's one way that you can use this. And I love sharing this with families, is this is a quick place you can go. The other thing I really like about this is I'm clicking again on student activities to take me back, is this daily plan. So when I click on this daily plan, it has an outline of all the different activities I can do for the day. So as you can see at the top, there's the date. And again, you can filter it by grade level. This is set to 3 to 5. Of course, you can go older or younger. You can look at previous days and future days up to 2 weeks in advance. And it's structured like in the morning, there's always a reading or writing or math activity. Then there's a screen break. Then there's something related to science or social studies. Again, a break. And then here's the best part, you can make your own daily planner. So this is great for sharing with caregivers. So for making your own, it does require parents to take a little bit of time to look through, but they can just make a copy of this under File. Sorry, my screen doesn't want to cooperate. You're going to do File, make a copy, and then you can start typing in, and you can type in the activities. So you could give this to, and you don't have to print it out. It could just be the link that you share. You could give this to a grandparent. You could give this to a babysitter. You could give this, to an aunt or uncle and just say, hey, here's the general outline. If anything's going on with school and the resources aren't working or they finish early, here's what they can do. So I'm going to pause for a minute right now. I'm going to take us back to the presentation to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh, yes. So I also wanted to show you at the top, recursos en español. So we have a lot of content in Spanish as well. This is constantly being built out more. And I also want to show you the search where you can look specifically. Oh, I had a conversation with a teacher recently who really liked the life skills on Tasty, so you can search for a partner. So there's a lot of great resources that you can use. So I'm going to pause here and I'm going to ask Laura to give us breakout session one more time so that you can explore wideopenschool.org and think about how you use it. So you're going to explore and then we're going to do one final activity. All right, let's join our breakout rooms.
So remember, folks, head over to your breakout room. That way you don't leave your colleagues hanging. You will get a reminder when it's time to come back into the main room. So everyone, please head back to your breakout rooms, join your groups so you can discuss the resources on Wide Open School.
Hi, I guess it's only me in the breakout room.
Really? I tried to, because I saw that some folks didn't join, so I tried to move people so that you always had someone.
All right. Well, I'm only one here. You want to move me somewhere else?
Oh, well, I just closed our breakout rooms.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you're back in the main room. You know, breakout rooms are tricky because it's like if everyone doesn't join, then there is the potential that you're there alone. So I was trying to monitor to see when that happened, and I made some adjustments. So if there were just a few folks that I like quickly swapped into another room. Know that you have that functionality with Zoom. You can actually with the breakout rooms, if you see like people aren't joining and someone's all alone, you can move people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good to know. Thank you.
No problem.
It's freezing in here.
So thank you everyone for coming back, for being in your breakout sessions. Again, I would encourage you to share in the chat what you've discussed, any takeaways. I want to, in closing, do one last activity that's actually from Wide Open School that I think is a great activity that you can do with your families if you do a workshop. And this is really, I'm going to play this video. This is from the Library of Congress. This is Jason Reynolds, who's an amazing YA author. And it asks you to think about creating an award for yourself. And I love this activity because, as we were just talking about in our group, this is hard work. And we need to take that time to reflect on what we've accomplished. It's really important to take those moments to sustain us. So let me play this video. It's a minute, and then we'll do the closing activity.
Hello, say, what's good? It's Jason Reynolds. Welcome back to another edition of Right. All right, so this thing is the National Ambassador of Young People's Literature Medal. You see, I can put it at, boom, there it is. This is my jewelry, you know what I mean? I don't wear it very often, but this is my jewelry. And the reality is that they gave this to me basically because I love children, I love young people, and they were like, yo, this dude loves young people so much, he deserves an honor, right? We should give him a position where his job, a national position, is just to love on young people, especially as it pertains to literature. I mean, that's technically what it's about. So today, what I want y'all to do is make up an award for yourself, an honor for yourself, make up a medal, right? Now, it can't actually exist in real life yet, right? So you can't be like, yo, I got like a Pulitzer Prize, I got a Nobel Peace Prize. Well, we know that already exists, but you get to make up your own award, and you are given that award. And what I need you to do is figure out what the award is, what it's called, what's the criteria to receive this award, and why you feel like you deserve to get one. Make up your own jewelry, your own award, your own honor, and see what you come up with. Me, I'm probably gonna make up a new one, like, yo, I get some kind of award for being the best, like, couch napper. I'm nice on the couch. I'm like the illest couch napper ever. Bed sleeper, but couch napper, yo, you looking at the king. You feel me? So do that, and let me know how it goes, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh, and by the way, tell your brother I need my sneakers back. I'ma holler at you. Peace.
So I love that. So what I would love for you to do right now is think about what is the award you would give for yourself. I created a Padlet. I believe someone can pop that in the chat. And just as a reminder, in our small group, we were talking about how hard it is to multitask. There's a whole team behind any of us presenting. So just know that whoever's presenting, like, I'm not answering chats right now. You know, we've got our whole amazing team. So thank you so much. And so it's great to always have a buddy. If you can have an administrator, the school counselor, a teacher helping you out, it makes a big difference. So think about what your award is for yourself. I'm going to click on this Padlet. Padlet is free. It doesn't collect your data. Again, when you go on it, this timeline, you're going to go ahead and click next to one of these. Oh, I love that we've got people in. Looks like Laura, are you go with the flow?
I'm go with the flow.
I love it. I love it. I did Calm in the Face of Contamination. In April, my younger daughter picked up a chapstick in Prospect Park, remember April, height of the pandemic, and applied it. And I didn't cut her lips off. So I'm really proud of myself because that was a rough moment. That was a really rough moment.
Although you would have been fully justified in cutting her lips off. Can I just say that? Like,
Totally. Oh, I love this, the plot twist. When things go wrong, you'll plot twist and change your plans. Most improved in tech. Excellent. And this activity, I love ending on this because it's so fun. People get really creative. You can add pictures, you can like each other's. But again, going back to the purpose of this, it's so important for us to celebrate any wins we have, celebrate those special quirks about ourselves, because we need to sustain ourselves in this work. It is hard work. We are engaging deeply with people. We are helping them. And so we need to acknowledge ourselves too. So as you're doing this, great. I encourage you to also go back and look at it. Search Guru. I will follow up with you, Search Guru. Always trying new things. Peace of mind. The freebie Guru. This is great. I'm gonna. Oh, nice. I like that.
Oh, I love this.
Yes.
had to make it fun.
Jerry, I'm curious which one you added.
Making people smile.
Oh, yay, totally. And as we're wrapping up too, I'm gonna ask you to take a moment. I know that there's the bigger survey, but if you don't mind filling out the survey, and if someone can pop that link in the chat, it should take just a minute. You know, your location is obviously New York and parent event. This goes back to me, and it's really helpful for me to know what worked, what didn't work. So as much feedback as you can give is incredibly helpful.
Thank you so much, Tali. Like, you know what? What we're gonna do is we have DJ Christina on the line. We'll play some music while you all fill out that survey. Do not leave us. You know, we're gonna just play some music. We're just gonna celebrate because today is Friday. And just fill out, you know, thank you so much, Sally, just for this. My gosh, I was like, wow, I didn't know about the read out loud. So now I have something that I would love to promote because we wanted to do a read out loud day. So raise your hands if we should do a citywide read out loud with Common Sense Media. I love this. Yeah, so I'm gonna add that to our parent empowerment calendar. Let's take action, read out loud with Common Sense Media. So again, thank you so much to our wonderful team. We are the Friday Empowerment Team. We are your biggest supporter. I love that, Lisa. You know what? Next week I'm bringing my pom poms. Next Friday. I encourage everyone next Friday. Let's do Fridays where you bring something like to share, like a pom pom or I forgot what that's called. What is that called? Your props. Bring your props. Bring your banner next week. Next Friday we're gonna end this month with more announcement, more learning, and other strategies to ensure that our families and us as family facing liaisons that we know how to engage and we know how to promote. We provide learning opportunities. It's all about being digital citizens and being digital inclusive to everyone. So shout out to Laura, Christina, Tylee, Lisa, Latiqua's that you don't see her, but she's behind the scenes answering your questions in the chat. And to our face team, we have Chanel, we have Diana on the line, and we're just here to say we are just an extension of your team. We're here for you. So make sure you guys fill out that survey. And lastly, I did drop a Google form, and I will send it again through the end of the week wrap up. And that's just to let us know, like, I want to, like, we want to spotlight you in our parent coordinator website. Share some workshops that you will be promoting next month. Let's do a quick quiz in the chat. What are our 4 colors? Before you leave, name one color, one action for next month that you're thinking about you would like to do. If you're doing 4, You get the 4 certificate award. I'm making this up. you hit all the 4 points, and hey, maybe we can get you some prizes. Never know. We have the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are going to join us next month to give us some strategies on some clinics that we can do at home. We got purple for domestic violence month. Okay, 4 actions for next month. Where the purple was what? Purple was community engagement. Red, what was our red? What was our red bucket? Red bucket. Red was our learning day. So we got red learning day. We got green take action. We have blue build partnerships, build relationships. And lastly, purple. Purple. Yes, learning, building relationships. Purple, community engagement. Shout out to Community School District 9. Ooh.
So some folks have been asking in the chat about the name of the class. Just refresh the form. It is going to be the very last option on the form. It says digital citizenship and wide open school with common sense. So for those of you asking about the name of this session, I popped it into the chat, but just hit refresh on the form. You'll see it scroll all the way down.
Can you see you belong to me?
Oh, I'm loving this music.
Chill.
I'm already like feeling the Friday vibes. I love it. I love it.
Remember to do self-care this weekend. It's all about you. Take a break. So we are seeing folks filling out the survey. So thank you so much. Thank you for your participation. Thank you so much for joining us on Fridays. Remember, Friday, spread the word. This is where you want to be on on Fridays. Amusement. We have resources. We have learning opportunity.
Derry, I love you.
Let me do that. Thank you, Mr. Blake. We think you're amazing. Melissa, thank you. Thank you for all that you guys do. Be safe. So